versus Jackson Liberty High School swimming race. Today we have a wonderful matchup from the rival schools of Jackson Memorial and Jackson Liberty. In our first 200 medley relay, we have on the Memorial side Morgan Madres, Sophia Alder, Emikian Bezer, Katie Hager, Jenna Pablado, James Nirvano, Sophia Hammond, Allison Barnes, Kylie Farley, Sophia Ander, Kiera Boyle, and Sophia Rega.
And on the Liberty side of things, we have Kanye Grimes, Maya Katron, Lily Olson, Anna Bonito, Carrie Spexos, Sam Vocek, Emily Marchand, Summer Lopez, Renee Qualls, Maddie Riley, Mia Salzar, Liam Nayung, and Lily Olson. And now on to the men's race. And you can...
For Memorial, we have Tom Dreyfus.
And you can see they're going... And you can see it looks like right down there on the center lane. Looks like he's currently in the lead as they come back to the mark. And that'll put in their second swimmer of that group. And it still looks like the center lane there is still in the lead as they'll start their second lap back.
We got 4 strokes. We got the backstroke, the breaststroke, the butterfly stroke, and the freestyle.
And you can see if you're looking from the left end of the pool, you can see that third lane there. Looks like they've got the advantage at the moment as they are still what appears to be in the lead by quite a considerable margin, though they are in a dead heat with the lane next to them directly to their right, as now they start heading back to the finish line side by side. Coming to the line, it is going to be side by side for those two swimmers, and it looks like lane number 3 will edge that out, and they'll put in their third just a bit quicker than lane number 4 was able to. And you can see that'll continue with their advantage as they're going to come back and hit the line once again. And it looks like lane number 3, that group will win, I believe. So a pretty good run there, or should I say, pretty good swim there by those competitors. Looks like it's Johnny Nutt in lane
number 4 finishing up here.
Or one of the competitors in lane 3, I should say, I think is Johnny Nutt. So as they are finishing up this race right now, So as we'll be getting on to the next race here in just a moment, what did you think of that, what we just saw in front of us there, Kyle?
I got to say, pretty good for high school. I mean, lane 3 and lane 4 battling all the way through. Outside lane struggling, but still pretty good for high school.
Yeah, it looked like lane 3 and 4, those two groups were definitely the fastest of that match.
Yeah. I can never do any of what these guys do out here. I mean, it's just amazing.
Now they'll be gearing up for their next race here, which I believe will be a 200-meter freestyle, if I'm reading this paper in front of me correctly, and I hope I am.
The 200 free will be up next. We have Memorial Liberty going at it. For Memorial, the girls in the 200 free will be Erin Fogsgreen, Giera Navarro, Elizabeth Darer.
And for the men, it will be Chris K, Phil Williams, and Alex Ariel. And that'll be their swimmers there.
And for Liberty, the girls will be Sam Vocek, Carrie Speckarth, Mia Salazer.
So it looks like the guys will be up first, I believe. As they're exiting the pool now, getting ready for the next event. So should be quite exciting to watch. That the first event there was quite interesting. So the second one, freestyle, should be very exciting to watch. Just between, individual people as opposed to a whole group.
Yeah.
I think that'll be quite interesting. It'll be a little bit of a different thing as they are up. And they are away as they begin their race, and it is a dead heat. Pretty much halfway across that entire pool now, and it looks like lane number 4 might be edging out a little bit of an advantage now. And they'll begin the return trip, and yes, lane number 4, swimmer in lane 4.
As they start the middle part of the race.
Swimmer in lane number 4 has a distinct advantage over the rest of the group. And they'll begin their third run, their third lap. And you see the swimmer in lane number 4.
We are almost 3/4 of the way done with the race here, and lane number 4 is just amazing.
Yeah, that swimmer there doing an incredible job. And I believe that should be... I'm actually not sure who that should be. I'm sorry about that, folks.
We are in the final stretch of the lane, about halfway done with the 4th lap. Lane number 4 is just dominating the competition here, folks.
Yeah, it's going to be our swimmer in lane number 4 to take the, final lap here. Or what I think would be.
We're halfway done with the race here, and lane number 4 is still dominating.
Yeah, if you look at them, they are about half a length ahead of just about everyone else. And they're doing a phenomenal job of things at the moment, though. You look, lane number 3, they might have a chance to catch up here. Although they're already on the return trip in number 4, so that might not be a possibility yet, as they've been at it for just about a minute, a little bit past a minute and a half now.
2 more laps to go with lane number 4. Lane number 4 is just outstanding. They're about half a field away from the rest of the competition, almost a full length of the field. Lane number 4 is just...
Yeah, they're about in another zip code compared to everyone else at this moment. They're just a phenomenal job the way they're doing it, the way they're doing things at the moment.
Lane number 4 is in their last lap, and they slowed down a little bit, but they're like a full length in front of everybody else. It's just amazing.
That'll be that. The swimmer in lane number 4 distinctly taking that win in just under 2.5 minutes. So a great performance out of them.
What?
And we'll get you their name in just a moment.
Chris Cuther, Phil Williams, and Alice Ariel.
No, I was asking for the swimmer in lane number 4 if you knew who that was. I'm sorry. I was hoping I was making that clear. Yeah, so we'll try and get you their names in just a moment here, folks. And I believe they were for Memorial. So I believe that would be I'm sorry, I can't quite pronounce this.
Nigeria Navarre.
That'll be the ticket. This will be the men's 200.
200 free men's here.
And out and away.
This is 8 laps. Each swimmer has to try their best to finish first in this 8-lap race. 1 lap is to one side of the pole, touch the wall. That completes 1 lap. They have to go back and forth 8 times.
Yeah, and you can see it still looks like lane number 4. You're going to have that advantage just a bit as you watch him there. He's got a little bit of a clear cut.
Lane number 4,
ahead.
just about a quarter of the way done with the race here.
And he a little bit ahead than everyone else. And I believe that'll be Dakota O'Donnell. Actually, no, I'm sorry. That's Mike C., I would believe.
Lane number 4 is just dominating. Lane number 4 has just reached the halfway point. I gotta say, lane number 4, hands down, has to be the lucky lane here.
Yeah, without a doubt. Whoever seems to be there seems to have a clear-cut advantage. Now, I don't know if that has to do with placement of them being in the center of the pool, perhaps, and you think maybe there's less turbulence from the other swimmers from them kicking up.
Probably.
They're kicking, or if that's just happens to be a coincidence. But whatever the reasoning is, they are definitely ahead, and they have proven to be ahead in the last few races.
Number 4 nearing the home stretch. Back and forth one more time with about a little over 2 minutes.
Yeah, and that'll remain consistent with what we saw with the women's match. You can see he's still in first place in lane 4, swimmer number 4, whatever you want to call him. And again, I believe that's Mike C. swimming for Jackson Liberty. So you can see there he'll hit the wall once again.
Lane number 4 finished with a time of 2:12.31.
Yeah, pretty great time there.
Yeah.
Under 2.5 minutes, under 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Lane number 2 taking second place, 2:22.91 will be his time.
Lane number 4 looks like it is the Memorial team. I gotta say, Memorial just dominated the competition so far.
So I'm sorry about that. That would not be Mike C. He's swimming for Liberty.
We got lane number 6 placed third with a time of 2:38.14. And we got lane number 3 in fourth with 2:50.
Yeah, 2:50
Lane number
even.
1 with 2:55.25, placed 5th. And our last contestant, lane number 5, placed 6th with a 3:01.32.
Yeah, pretty consistent times between everyone, it would seem.
Yeah.
Pretty good there to see.
Pretty soon we will have the 200-meter.
But I say 200-meter IM, I believe, is what's up next.
Lanes 3 and 4 will be your best time swimmers in this event for each school. These are usually seasoned varsity swimmers.
Well, there you have it.
Great facts coming to us by a lovely parent in the crowd.
So 200 IM should be up next.
Yes, this will have a combination of the breaststroke, the butterfly stroke, the backstroke, and a freestyle stroke.
And for Jackson Memorial High School, the women will be Erin Farsquez Green. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that right. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm reading the wrong list. Ria Solaria, Jamie Navarro, and Sophia Harrison for the 200 IM women's in Jackson Memorial.
In Jackson Liberty for the 200 IN, we will have Sam Fochek, Carrie Spectorth, Mia Slazer, and that's it.
So should be pretty exciting to see these two schools going up against each other. It has been an incredible run of things so far here tonight, just watching these schools go at it.
Yeah. Like I said, this is the rivalry. same town, two different schools. Biggest rivalry of the season here.
Yeah, crosstown rivalry. We saw it in hockey. We saw it in bowling. Now we're seeing it tonight in swimming. Which do you think will come out on top if you had to?
From my looks, I go to Liberty, and I think Varsity will. I think Memorial will win.
Yeah, so far they've definitely been showing they're very strong. They definitely got a very good team put together. Let's not forget, though, Liberty's got a lot of good swimmers on their team as well. They've got Johnny Nutt for one, and a few others.
Liberty might show something a little later in the thing because we still got the 50 freestyle, the 100 fly, the 100 free, and the 500 free, and we got many more.
Yeah, so we got an action-packed night of swimming here, so hope you guys all stick around. We're gearing up for our next event, the 200 IM, women's up first. And away we go.
Lane number 3 looks like it's in the lead. Jackson Liberty with the butterfly stroke.
Yeah, they are side by side as they hit the wall for the first time at the far side of the pool. Coming back down, it is a dead heat between the two lanes. I can't make out who's in front. I'm inclined to say lane number 3, but it
Jackson
is
Liberty
very
just
hard
has
to
just
tell.
a little bit against Memorial here.
I mean, they're
with
side
lane
by
number
side.
3. They are.
You look at that. I don't think you
they
can
are now a
an
quarter of the way done onto a backstroke.
And they'll be on
Jackson
a backstroke.
Liberty looks like it's in their lead. This is just amazing.
It's impressive to see how well they are at all these different strokes. And you can see lane number 3, the swimmer there, now edging out. And that's Jackson Liberty swimmer there as they on their return trip now. And they are still ahead, not by much, by about half a length now.
Yeah. Jackson Liberty is now at the halfway point as they move on to the breaststroke.
We're about half a lane, or about a full length in front, and one person length in front as they just passed the halfway mark.
Jackson Liberty this is the first time Jackson Liberty is showing lead, and it is just amazing.
Yeah, and at this moment, it is a definitive lead as you look at them now once again heading back. It's not by much, though.
Jackson Memorial looks like they're catching up.
Yeah, they're definitely closing that gap. Jackson Memorial's team is.
Jackson Liberty touches the wall as they head into the home stretch.
Final 2 laps, I believe.
This is just amazing. Looking at the time, we are just about over 2 minutes.
Yeah, definitely some very fast swimmers here. And you'll see Jackson Liberty swimmer will hit the wall first as she is now on her return. It is going to be neck and neck coming to the wall.
Jackson Liberty looks like they're in the lead.
I
the winner will be
lane number 3 with Jackson Liberty.
A time of
2 minutes 30. What would you call that? I'd say about 2:30.
I say so too. Memorial just caught right behind them. We still have the race going on.
Yeah, and it looks like, look at lane number 1. Looks like lane number 1. Jackson
will this be 2 Liberty finishers? Yeah, Liberty with lane number 1.
Fourth of the lead.
Lane number 1,
2.
first place apparently.
No, lane number 2, fourth. Lane number 1, third.
Yeah.
I believe. Lane number 3 winding up 4th. According to the scoreboard there. That doesn't.
Looks like there was a little hiccup in the scoring here.
I was going to say, that doesn't seem.
Yeah, little hiccup in the scoring. But we are now moving on to the boys.
Yeah, that was a very impressive matchup.
We have lane number 5 finishing up here.
Yep, she'll finish her race up. (3 minutes 50 on that time.
350.60.
So pretty good run for all those swimmers there. Pretty good swim.
We're now into the boys 200 meter IM.
And out and away. Now I'm going to say, look at lane number 2. Looks like they might be taking the lead here.
Yeah, lane number 2 most likely might be taking lead at the boys 200 meter IM.
And you see that he's going to be on his return trip pretty quickly now. Now, of course, this is just one of many.
Lane number 2 and lane number 4 are battling out. Lane number 3 is falling behind. Lane number 4 took the lead as they move into the backstroke.
And on the backstroke now, you see lane number 4 leading, but he is not leading by much. If you look at that, he's leading maybe by about half a length, no more than that. So still a lot of time. Lane number 2 can still take this lead if he has the ability to do so. He's definitely still within the distance to make that happen as they come back. And he's fallen off quite a bit now. Lane number 4 ahead by about a person and a half now. He's got a clear-cut lead now as he returns.
Lane number...
on the breaststroke, I believe.
Lane number 4 is onto the breaststroke. This stroke is one of the more complicated, right next to the butterfly stroke. I had to do it for a merit badge in Boy Scouts. Don't call me a nerd, please. But from my experience, this is a complicated stroke, although it is the most powerful stroke with the leg kicking.
Yeah, and it looks like the opponent in lane number 4 making the most of it, as he has a definitive lead on that return run.
Lane number 4 on the edge with the forward stroke, with the freestyle stroke.
He's leading, and he's leading by a considerable margin there, and you saw the opponent lane number 2. He had it for a little bit and then just kind of fell off about as they got a little bit halfway into this now. So they're coming to the end of it, and it looks like the opponent lane number 4 has got this win.
Yeah, lane number 4. I say out of all the races, lane number 4 is definitely dominating the competition.
Yep, and he'll take the win there, I believe. So lane number 4 once again winning. And a good win.
This is just outstanding. Memorial, I believe, win, what, 3 races?
Yeah. Yeah, 3 races now. Liberty's gotten 1. They had the 200 IM if you...
As we finish off the 200 IM boys,
yeah, they had the 200 IM
boys
women's.
have an 11 on the... Boys for Liberty are 11 against 19. And the girls have an 8 for Liberty against 22 with Memorial.
Pretty good swim there by all competitors.
I do say
pretty
so
impressive night so far. We're, again, just barely getting started. We'll be next up with the
50 freestyle.
Yep, 50 freestyle. For the girls on Jackson Memorial, we'll have Katie Hayden, Jamie P, Allison Barnes.
And for the girls on the Liberty side, we will have Maddie Riley, Summer Lopez, and Dakota Gilio.
Should be a pretty good matchup here. So as they'll be getting ready for this next matchup here, what have you thought of the night so far?
I gotta say, so far it looks like Memorial's taking lead, but like we said, we got a lot more races here. Liberty can show an uprising. I mean, we had that one swimmer just completely dominated the field out there in the 200 IM from girls. Then we moved to the boys. Boys aren't actually that far apart.
Yeah, if Liberty can have more swimmers like that, which I think we'll see potentially later on in this night, as we move later into the events and so on and so forth, we might see it play out a little bit differently. And I believe, if I'm reading that scoreboard correctly, Liberty's up 32 to 22, or 32 to 29. I'm assuming Liberty's up on the top of that board. I'm not entirely certain.
The boys on the Liberty side have a 14 against Memorial with a 32, and the girls on the Liberty side have a 17 against Memorial with a 29. So we can definitely see Memorial is definitely in the lead here.
Yeah, without a doubt, Memorial doing a great job.
We are on to the 50 freestyle now. This is composed of the free stroke, and lane number 3 and 4 are dominating the field. Lane number 4 might have the lead against this one. We got Liberty in lane number 3 and 4. Like I said, these are our most seasoned swimmers. These are mostly the seniors.
Yeah, it looks like swimmer in lane number 4, as you mentioned, they're very experienced. And they have definitely got the lead.
Lane number 4 is done with a 25.97. Lane number 6, second.
And then you're not doing any.
Who knew that one?
Else, like
pretty good run there, 29.84. Lane 3 winds up 4th.
Are you home or are you?
5th, lane 5.
Someone's wondering.
And lane number 1, bringing out number 6 place.
We're now on to the boys 50 freestyle here.
Yeah, boys looking for a good match here, or good competition here to bring things up for them. Out and away.
And we got lane number 3 might be in the lead with the 3 free, but lane number 4 is closely by.
I think
And
lane
as
number
they touch
4
the
will
wall,
have that
lane number
lead.
4 might just have taken that lead. We are in the home stretch here. Lane number 4 is just dominating the competition, about half a length away from lane number 3. As they finish, lane number 4 wins with a 23.55.
Yeah, what a run. You want to talk about speed, you really see it come out in this 50 freestyle.
Yeah.
Great display of speed from all these competitors in this matchup. And you notice on their times, they're not that separated. They're very close together.
Yeah.
Looked like lane number 3 might have actually won that. According to the monitor. Well, as we get ready for the next event, that'll be a 100 butterfly. So what do you expect to see in that as far as these competitors? Who do you
The
think?
100 butterfly. Butterfly stroke is definitely the most draining. I never gotten used to it. I know that you take in a lot of water if you do not have the right technique. So it's going to be definitely slower than the free, but I think we might have a chance of winning this. I think Liberty with lane number 3 will do it.
Yeah.
We got a couple swimmers in the water. I don't know if they're warming up.
And we'll see how it all plays out here in just a few moments, of course.
Let's talk a little bit about swimming here. So on the swimmers, we see the bald caps, the goggles, and then we have the bathing suits. It's just amazing how, like, you can increase your speed so much just by wearing a little piece of rubber that goes over your head.
Yeah, you know, you got to think about it from a standpoint almost of, I want to say aerodynamics, but it's more of a hydrodynamics, how water reacts to yourself and to objects in the water. And if you can reduce the amount of things that water has to travel through, such as your hair, you're going to be more efficient in that water, if that makes sense.
And the swimsuits look like compression, so that takes off that excess skin and pushes it in.
Yeah,
this is just amazing.
And see, they're just practicing at the moment.
little bit of practice going on for both boys and girls of the Memorial and Liberty.
You know, it's a wonder when they're jumping in like this with everyone in the pool here, someone doesn't accidentally knock into someone. That's what I'm...
If you notice, I am noticing this, in each lane, they jump in on the right while someone's coming back from the left. So
yeah.
it's like a roadway here.
Yeah, you're right.
Just make sure we're not in England here. Am I
well,
right?
yeah, that would confuse things just a little bit.
We got a little bit of all strokes coming on, such as breast, free, backstroke, and butterfly stroke.
Now, and you notice, you speak of the caps and goggles, you notice some of these swimmers, they elect not to use them. And do you think they're getting an advantage out of that, or you think that's all just a matter of personal preference?
I think it's all just a matter of personal preference. Some swimmers might think they do better, but those caps restrict a lot. Like, they're like clamped onto your head.
Yeah.
I would not be able to wear a cap. I don't like things tight around my head.
Yeah, I think I'd have to agree with you on that one. The goggles, I would say, in my opinion, I think would definitely help. Not to increase any kind of speed, I don't think it would, but just from the ability to be able to see.
Yeah, I think if you... My fear... Okay, so going back to my swimming merit badge at the Boy Scouts, I know we had to, like, wear goggles that had paper towels in them, and we would actually slow down and we would not know the direction we're going. So those goggles definitely help the swimmers increase speed because they feel more confident, and they definitely allowed them to know where they're going.
Yeah, I wonder if that's a technique they employ. I would imagine it is.
Let's talk a little bit about the technology we have on the field here. If you notice, we get our times from plates hidden in the water. That's just amazing to me.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. It's I want to... That's pretty cool technology. I want to kind of liken it almost to telemetry technology used in racetracks. It's kind of a similar idea, though. Works a little bit differently. You have to physically touch these, but similar concept, whereas when it's triggered by something, it records data and sends it back to the scoreboard or the timing board, whatever you want to call it.
And it's just amazing how those wires, they're getting splashed by water constantly, and they just keep working.
Well, we weren't filming earlier, but the floor of this pool, you wouldn't know it now, but was about an inch underwater. And
yeah.
those wires were doing a stand-up job not getting shorted out.
Yeah.
So I'd imagine they make them waterproof.
Yeah. Yeah, the pool here was just flooded with water. I can say so myself. My feet are actually drenched right now because I had to go over to each team, talk a little bit about what their strategy was going into this, get rosters, get names.
Well, tell us about the team strategy then, instead of us talking about how our feet got wet.
Okay, so Liberty is going to go at it with a more of the faster swimmers and the inside, but we have a couple of like young guns that are on the outside that are fast. As you saw in the earlier races, there was a couple on the outside that just kept banging it in.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah, that's how Liberty's going at it. Memorial, they really were keeping their faster swimmers on the inside. I don't know how that would work, but like you said before, the aerodynamics, I would guess the outside, you're pushing up against the wall. If that's coming back at you, pushing you towards, and you have to fight against that, and you have to go down to the center. It's just amazing.
Yeah, and going back to that, do you personally think there's an advantage to being in that center than being out on the edges?
I definitely do. Because if you are in that center, you are creating most of the turbulence. Because I know from just playing in a pool, that center, if you bounce up in the center, everything gets sent outwards. So these swimmers are constantly hitting the water with their arms, and it constantly sends a shock wave out. So I think that definitely affects the outside.
It's like when you throw a rock into a lake and the rock goes down, you see everything ripple towards the outer. You never see anything come in.
Yeah. Looks like we got swimmers getting out of the water here.
Yeah, they'll probably be getting ready.
Probably finishing
for the 100-meter butterfly, which will be half the distance of the 200-meter races. So as opposed to 8 laps, they'll be doing 4. So that should be pretty exciting to see. Now, we've seen Memorial so far tonight, and we've seen how good they are.
Yes.
Do you think Liberty's going to pull ahead? Or do you think Memorial's going to keep on with the lead?
I think Liberty's going to find a way to pull a rabbit out of a hat. I mean, like, looking around, we got some pretty strong swimmers. I think Liberty's going to pull a rabbit out of the hat. I think we're going to win.
Yeah, and we've seen Liberty's had quite a few strong swimmers. You go back to
Yeah.
the 200 IM, and they were pretty good there, and they've had a few other strong swimmers. So Liberty has potential there. It's just a matter of will they be able to unlock that potential.
I noticed there's a difference in some of the swim uniforms out here. Do you think that determines varsity or JV?
I would imagine it has to. And I'm sorry to the folks watching this if we sound like we're just bumbling around.
Yeah.
We're trying to do our best, we swear.
Yeah.
But, we know swimming, we sort of know swimming. We're trying here.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I would imagine that denotes varsity and JV swimmers. Because you notice, I noticed some of the memorial swimmers. I noticed some of the memorial swimmers do have the red versus a white cap.
Yeah.
Now here's a good question for you. And you have experience swimming, and you got, you were swimming Boy Scouts, all that. The temperature in here, how would that affect you? How do you think that affects them in the pool?
I swim in cold water and I swim in warm water. Warm water definitely, from science, I'm a science nerd, warm water definitely has the less dense molecules, so they push out the way faster. I'm pretty sure this pool's heated because in here it's about 80 degrees. I'm dying. Well, I'm pretty sure the pool's heating. That might affect the molecules. That might make you go faster.
Now that being said, though, do you think? Now I know what, and we'll get back to that conversation shortly. As we get ready to gear up for the 100-meter butterfly.
4 laps back, 2 laps back and forth. 4 laps in total.
The memorial roster, and what you'll have for the women, will be Sophia Hammond, Jaria Navarro, and Amir B.
And for the girls in the 100-meter fly, we have Anna Botino, Emily Marchard, and Lily Olson.
So it should be pretty exciting to see here as they get ready to get back into the swing of things. They've had a great run of things so far. Out and away they go.
Lane number 3 looks like it has an advantage as we are in the early stages.
Yeah, without a doubt, they are neck and neck. 3 and 4 are, as they'll hit that for the first time. And here's your replay of the takeoff there, and what an impressive start by all those swimmers involved. So as we get back into the swing of things, you see it looks like lane number 3 has the lead coming into the final 2 laps.
Halfway through, lane number 3 definitely looks like they're in the lead.
And so far, yes, they are in the lead, and by about a length, as they are now in the final lap. Well, once they hit that wall, they'll be in the final lap, and it is. So looks like lane number 3 will win this race. They are coming down to the wire, and look at lane number 4 is catching up now. Will it be enough? They are coming to the line now. Lane number 3 to take
lane number 3 with a 108.68 with first place.
Lane number 4 takes second. Pretty impressive run of things for that second place. Third place goes to lane number 2. So what did you think of that there? That was incredible, that performance.
Like I said, I think Liberty definitely has strong swimmers out here. As you just saw, Liberty just took the win of that last race. I think we got a chance of winning this.
Yeah, and hey, you just mentioned Liberty. You think they'll come back with something, and here you go. As they've definitely shown they've got something right there.
Memorial is just 20 points ahead of Liberty with the girls at 21 and for Liberty, and the girls for Memorial are at 41.
Yeah, Liberty not trailing too far behind. So the $1 million question, what do you think we see out of the boys race?
What do I think I'll see more in the race?
What do you think we'll see out of the boys' race? You think Liberty's going to win that event as well?
Looking at the line for the boys, yeah, I think Liberty has some pretty strong swimmers on the boys' team.
Well, we'll see how it all plays out. They'll be gearing up for that one as they'll be taking the stand, taking the board, if you will.
They are off. Little splash here. Lane number 3 looks like they're in the lead. Lane number 3 is Liberty. As they hit the wall, lane number 3 definitely looks like they're in the lead.
Here's the replay of that start, and you'll see right there.
Lane number 3 definitely has the lead.
Yeah, almost a dead heat, but a little bit of an advantage for the swimmer in number 3.
Lane number 3 about half a head ahead.
Yeah, pretty impressive there for lane number 3, and that is a Liberty swimmer. So Jackson Liberty looking to go 2 for 2 here if they can, as they come in to what I think is going to be the final lap here.
Jackson Liberty about half a body behind. Jackson Memorial about half a body behind.
Yeah,
this is just amazing.
They look more dead even there as they're coming up to the wire.
Yeah, Jackson Liberty in the lead. Jackson Memorial about half a body behind. I think Liberty's has it.
Looks like
lane number 1 takes the lead with a 102.94.
What a win, and that was still Jackson Liberty.
Yeah, Jackson Liberty takes the win.
How about that for a great performance? So lane number 1, our swimmer there, took the win for Jackson Liberty High School. And a great performance there by him. I tell you, were you expecting to see that?
No, I was not expecting to see lane 1 come out of nowhere and just dominate.
He came right
I did not expect that at all.
Came right at the end when he needed to. So our
next we will be heading into the 100 free.
So 100-meter freestyle, 4 laps in total, 2 there, 2 back.
Yep. For the 100 free, for the Liberty girls, we have Alonda Rivera, Maya Catron, and Lam Nugent.
And for the
I know 2 people, and they feel confident swimming.
For the Memorial girls, and here we have it, is Allison Barnes, Jenna P, and Katie Hayden. And that's going to be the same lineup as what, almost an identical lineup to what they had in the 50 free, and they were pretty competitive in that one. So I'd expect to see something similar from Memorial, that is.
The boys are finishing getting out of the pool.
They're just finishing up the scoring and everything. So a really great race there. And I think we're going to see another impressive race up next.
Yeah, definitely.
No doubt about that in my mind.
We are going into the 100 free. 100 free is definitely a powerful stroke. Definitely a fast-paced stroke. It's going to be slower than the 50, I believe, because you are going 50 meters more.
Yeah, it'll be a little bit slower.
You might definitely slow down.
Not by much, though, because we've seen how fast these competitors are. They're just lightning quick.
Definitely.
And we're getting through the events here. We still have more to go, though. So don't worry about that, folks.
Girls definitely stepping up to the block to start the race now.
They'll be getting up to the boards. And out and away they go.
I'm
Great.
sorry, but I have to interrupt quickly. I butchered one of the names. In lane 1, we have Alondra Rivera, not Alana, Alondra Rivera. That is definitely my bad.
Look at lane number 2. They had the lead in the beginning, and they're going to be battling it out for second place now, as lane number 4 has taken the lead by a considerable length. But lane number 2 looking very strong as they come on to the second lap now of this event. And lane number 4, that swimmer is doing an incredible job of things at the moment.
Definitely. They are heading into the last lap. Lane number 4 definitely dominating the competition. Let's watch this replay. Off the block, definitely name number 2 got a jump.
Swimmer in lane number 4 will win this event.
As we have our last swimmers finishing up. Lane number 5 finishing up, and lane number 1 finishing up.
So the 100 boys up next, and this was a pretty good event here. You see lane number 1 finishing up right now. Lane number 4 there was a Memorial swimmer. So Memorial still doing a very good job maintaining a lead.
Yeah. As we finish up the 100 girls free, we have a boys at a 29 for Liberty. Then the guests, which is Memorial at this race, have a 48, and the girls have a 30, and the girls at Memorial have a 48.
Yeah, Liberty girls closing that gap.
This is definitely a wild race. Now we got the boys 100 free.
Lane number 1 with the clear-cut advantage as they go into the end of the first lap to begin lap number 2. He will start it first. Yes, he does. What a run, or a swim at the moment. It is lane number 1 and 2 racing each other. Lane number 3, or lane number 4 rather, battling it for third, but swimmer in lane number 1, once again, he is the fastest as he is beginning, or is getting ready to begin his last lap. They will come to that wall, and here we go for the final time.
This is substantial. Lane number 1 heading into the last lap in first place, almost by half a pool. Half a pool. Lane number 1 is in the lead.
He won't just be in the lead, he'll be in the winner's circle. Lane number 2 coming up second, lane number 4 third. Man, I tell you what, this has been completely exciting, and to see that first lane starting to come into its own,
just amazing,
has been nothing short of amazing.
And as they tally up the scores, that's just amazing.
Now, I believe that's Johnny Nutt in lane number 1. As I'm looking down at that lane at the moment. So next up, our next event will be the...
Next event will be the 500 free stroke.
Yes, indeed. Trying to find out my
free will be our longest with 20 lengths back and forth. One person going back and forth the pool 20 times.
Yeah, how about that?
This will definitely be our longest event yet.
Yeah, this is more of a marathon rather than a sprint for these competitors. And for Jackson Memorial girls, your 500 free swimmers will be Gabby Rogers, Erin Forgreen, and Ashley Mayer.
And for the boys, the 500 free will be Kiana Grimes, Emily Marchard, and Julie Soliman.
So I'll tell you what, man, this has been amazing so far, and I think this is going to be one of the most exciting ones of the night, just for how long it's going to be.
I think so. This one, there's definitely going to be pulling back and forth between lanes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I think the middle lanes will start off strong. I don't think they'll finish first, though. Even though they may be predominantly seniors, I don't think they'll finish first.
Well,
I think the outside lanes will finish first this time.
Yeah, we've seen how that outside line's been able to come into its own here tonight, so definitely a distinct possibility.
I just got confirmation from a lovely parent in the crowds. At the end of the pool, their swimmers actually have signs with teammates that put them into the water to see what lane they're on. That's just amazing. 20 laps
cool.
is definitely very long. You definitely need this.
So this right here will be quite interesting.
Definitely will.
These swimmers getting ready, preparing themselves mentally for this event.
This is definitely going to be a mentally challenging one. I know a couple swimmers out on the field here, and they're strong. They're strong mentally. I think they got this.
Both physically and mentally demanding for these competitors here. And again, this is definitely an endurance as opposed to a sprint as they get ready for it. So 36 to 57 and 33 to 61 is what we see up on the scoreboard.
Definitely. Liberty is falling a little bit behind, but like I said, I think they have a chance here. I think they have a shot. The boys at the Liberty side definitely got to jump up. From the 17s to 36, that's a surprise point range. They're definitely catching up to their competition Memorial at 57.
Yeah, they definitely have a shot here, but they've got to really start picking it up soon. But long way to go still here tonight. So, back onto for a moment that conversation earlier about the temperature. And we're talking about, you know, if you prefer hot versus cold. And we'll get back to that again later.
Swimmers take the board. This is an exciting race. It is a sprint. This is not a sprint race. This is definitely not a sprint race. 20 laps, 500 meters.
Yeah, this right here is going to be a test of endurance more than anything. So just because you get away with the lead right now does not necessarily mean you're going to be leading at the end of this match.
Definitely.
And it looks like right now, lane number 3, that is where your lead is going to be held for the moment. Remember, this is only, for the most of them, lap number 3.
Yeah.
And you can see the teammates at the far end there holding up
Lane
their
number
number
3
signs.
is in the lead as their lap goes quickly into the water first.
We'll get a replay.
We are getting
this start.
into a replay. Lane number 1 takes a surprising leaf off the board here.
Yeah, pretty good start there. So right now, it looks like lane number 3 is in the lead. They are on their 5th lap of this event so far. And they're the furthest ahead in laps and furthest ahead in the pool.
I feel like I was about to throw off.
This is definitely a surprising event.
Yeah, and the question is, though, they're so far ahead right now. You think that's a strategy? They're trying to push as hard as they can right now so that when they tire out, if they tire out, they'll have enough of a lead as a bit of a buffer, if you will.
I think so. They can definitely push all the way through about around lap 15, around lap 10, 15, somewhere within that range. Slow down a little bit. Teammates start catching up, but then they get their energy back. They get a little bit of a breather in there. I think they can hit hard with those last 10 laps.
And you see the swimmer in lane number 3 beginning their 8th lap. They'll start lap number 9 in just a moment. And actually, it looks like the swimmer in lane number 1 has taken the lead as I'm looking at their scoring monitor. Or not their scoring monitor, I should say their lap keeper.
Lane number 1 is already on lap 7.
Yeah, so it looks like they are in the lead.
Definitely.
And we'll see as they come to the end of the pool here, and they'll tap their scoreboard.
Why this is such a long race? Why don't we get back to that temperature conversation?
Well, okay, so I'll make it very, very brief. So my whole thing is, do you think some of them here might prefer a little bit colder, as it'll help them not tire out so quickly?
I think so, but would they be tempted to drink the water is what I'm saying.
That's true, too. Very good point. And actually, it looks like, yes, lane number 3 is still in the lead, as they are beginning their 11th lap, or they're completing their 11th lap, I should say.
Lane number 3 is definitely in the lead. Lane number 1 is
not too far behind.
Yeah, they're on lap number 9, about to be on lap number 10.
Yeah,
about halfway through.
Yeah, they're beginning their 10th lap right
Lane number 1
now.
just hit halfway point.
So they've just hit their 10th lap. Lane number 3 is on their 12th. Now, again, the thing is, if the swimmer in lane number 3 just tires out, that might help lane number 1, as they are the next highest up. They will be completing their 13th lap in lane number 3. Lane number 1 is completing their 11th and beginning their 12th.
Lane number 4 is just getting onto their 11th.
So far here, it has been lane number 3 holding that lead and been doing a great job of it.
Exactly. Lane number 1 and lane number 3 are both teammates, with one stab each another in the back just to get the win.
Yeah. And right there, lane number 3 will begin their 15th lap. 5 more laps to go. Still a lot of laps there for that swimmer. And this will be about the over-under for if they start tiring out. I should say how bad they start tiring out, not a matter of if. You figure resistance in the water and everything like that.
Yeah.
You're gonna start feeling that eventually. They've been swimming for about 4 minutes, 45 seconds now. And they're beginning their ending their 16th lap, beginning their 17th. Very impressive run of things for them.
I think lane number 3 definitely has that lead. They're just dominating the field, about 3 laps away.
Yeah, they're beginning lap number 18 now, 3 laps to go, as you mentioned.
3 laps away, lane number 3, just amazing.
Yeah, simply phenomenal performance there. They are ahead by 3 laps over lane number 1. Lane number 1 on their 16th. I should say, actually, they're ahead by 2 laps. As lane number 3 is going to begin lap number, 19 now.
Yep. I just heard a bell lap. One more pass by with lane number 3. That was the bell lap. If anybody knows anything about racing, white flags, last lap. If you know about running racing, bell lap, last lap. Same thing here. Lane number 3 dominating the field. Last lap, no more board card down at the end of the field. And the winner has to be lane number 3, but they time out 5 minutes, 54 seconds, and 79.
Pretty great time there.
Definitely.
And lane number 1 looks like they'll be coming up in second place. A phenomenal performance by them as well. Without a doubt, they were incredibly quick.
Definitely a phenomenal performance.
As they'll begin their final lap here in just a moment. So far, it has been an incredible night, and this race here has been amazing.
Yep. Lane number 3 looks like they're stretching out. I guess they get a little bit fatigued after that long race.
And it looks like lane number 4 has just started their final 2 passes, but lane number 1
is on their last lap.
They're on their bell lap.
Liberty won this race. Liberty might be coming in second too.
And they will be.
Liberty is in second. Freshman in second place. That's just amazing.
Pretty good run for them, and as you say, absolutely amazing. And
Definitely.
it looks like Liberty might even come in third place, I believe. So as everyone crosses the line,
Memorial got third place.
Yep. So Jackson Memorial High School third place. Liberty takes the top 2.
Lane number 2 is on their last lap now.
Liberty almost had a clean sweep of the podium there, but not quite. Jackson Memorial looks like they'll take third and fourth.
If you have not caught on to the gist yet, Liberty has lanes 1, 3, and 5 here. Memorial has lanes 2, 4, and 6. This is just amazing.
It really is, and it's amazing to see that these swimmers have the endurance to keep up their speed for 20 laps.
I cannot even do this.
Yeah.
Hands down, I cannot swim 500 meters. I have a hard time finishing. I'm making a throwback back to Boy Scouts. I have a hard time finishing the swim test.
I'd probably be underwater by maybe 200, maybe by 50 meters.
I think I can swim 50 meters.
Yeah. I doggy paddle, you know.
Doggy paddle. I'm a very slow swimmer, so this is definitely not a race for me.
So, what a race it has been. And don't forget, we still have the men's event up next.
We have lane number 5 finishing up here. They're going on to lap number 17. Boys are starting to take the podiums over.
Yeah, they'll be they'll be gearing up again, preparing themselves physically and mentally for this, as
Definitely.
it is a test of both endurances for these competitors. I recognize a few of the faces on the men's side of things, from the Liberty side, of course. But you know, as we see lane number 5 finishing up there, or getting ready to finish up. She'll be starting her final lap now.
Lane number 4 is definitely on their last 2 laps.
Lane 5.
My bad. Lane number 5, lane number 4 is finished. I'm very sorry about that.
Yeah, from our angle, you can kind of get them a little bit confused sometimes.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're finishing up right now, and a great job by them.
Yep, last lap. Definitely an endurance test. They are doing great. Got the whole stadium filled, cheering them on.
Everyone congratulating them on a race well ran, as she'll be coming across into the final few sections of this pool.
They're doing great.
And there you have it, lane number 5 finishing up.
This may be a little bit off topic, but I just realized we have no lifeguards here.
Well, I mean, you know, they're competitive swimmers, so they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
Luckily. So boys taking the grid, or taking the diving boards
500 free.
20 laps now for these competitors. Excuse me. And you saw there how the girls had a very good run of things. We'll see a similar display of performance from them. And it looks like lane number 4 there has got the lead. Pretty good lead, too, for lane number 4 as he begins.
They're about to hold 2 bodies ahead. Almost about half the pool now.
He'll begin his 3rd. He's on his 3rd lap. He'll be beginning his 4th in just a moment. So, again, you think he's trying to go, like I said in the last race, trying to go as hard as he can right now to build that lead if he needs it.
I definitely think so.
And I think that's a very good strategy to have, very fair strategy to have. As you see, he's going to be touching that board again. Great performance out of him here tonight.
This is definitely exciting because I can never do anything like this. I just give all of these swimmers credit with all I have because how fast they can go, how long they can do it for, just amazing.
Yeah, I was about to say, no matter what position these competitors finish in this race, they have all got an incredible amount of endurance, an incredible amount of skill to be able to do something like this and to be able to do it for 20 laps. I mean, it's beyond impressive in my opinion.
Definitely more endurance than I will ever have.
Ditto on that one. As we see the competitor in lane number 4 still up ahead, and he is finishing up his 7th lap, beginning his 8th, and he is doing a great job. You look at that time clock there. He is barely 2 minutes into this race, and he's on lap number 8. Can you believe that?
No, I cannot, because, like you said, they just hit the 2-minute mark. He's already on lap number 7, about to be number 8. On lap number 8, 2 minutes, 10 seconds. This is just amazing.
And here's a quick replay of that start, and you can see there he got a great start in lane number 4.
Definitely.
I mean, I can't believe that we're 2.5 minutes into this, and he is halfway through this race.
I just want to explain a little something about the starts. Starts can be powerful. You can jump off that board like that, but it does not really start your endurance until you hit the water. Once you hit the water, that's where you separate the people that have a strong jump from the people that are strong swimmers.
Yeah,
it's just amazing.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt.
Because you can have the biggest leap off the board, but once you get into the water, you can lose that lead like that.
Nail on the head right there. Perfect analysis. And he is on his 11th lap.
11th lap.
I mean, how about that for lane number 4? He is ahead by about a lap on everyone else.
Yeah. Closest one behind him is 9. There's 3 people on 9.
So a great performance out of that, and he is swimming for Memorial, I believe.
Yeah, lane number 4 is a Memorial swimmer. I think this is just amazing. So let's take a quick look at the scores. The boys have a 36 on Liberty. Memorials has a 57. Girls, Liberty, 33. Girls, Memorial, 61.
Yeah. So
the scores keep fluctuating, but I think Memorial's got this. I'm starting to lose hope in Liberty. Sorry to say it, but I think I'm losing hope in Liberty.
And one thing's for certain is lane number 4 is ahead by a great margin and will most likely win. He's got 5 laps to go, and he is only 4.5 minutes into this race. I mean,
that's
what an incredible display of speed.
The boys, the men's best is 4:46, 4 minutes, 46 seconds, and 15 milliseconds.
Yeah,
achieved in 2015. But I think if he's not I don't think if he's a senior, and I think he keeps the swing, he can turn great things. He is a junior. He has one more year. He definitely has a chance to get the best, and I think he can make it to the Olympics.
And here we go. We're getting that bell.
So
lap. He is on his final lap.
Last lap. This is just exciting right now.
And he'll do it in what'll probably be just under 5.5 minutes or just over 5.5 minutes, depending on how quickly he can get down the lane again. He's got about 15 seconds to do that in 5.5 minutes.
Halfway across the pool, he's just doing great. I think he has great outcomes for him if he sticks with swimming.
And will he do it in 5.5 minutes? Yeah, just about. So what? Yeah, 5 minutes, 32 seconds, and 92 tenths, or 0.92, I should say.
I don't
for
know
lane
exactly
4.
how the technology works in the pool, but from what I'm seeing, sometimes if you don't hit it right, your time won't stop.
Yeah.
So I don't know how that works, but I think he definitely made that 5.5 minute.
I think it's a matter of how hard you hit it and how it registers that tap would be my guess. Like I said, the way I figure it is it's kind of similar to technology they use for telemetry data in car racing.
Back to the race.
You know.
Lane number 2 is on their last lap right now. Lane number 1 is on their 15th lap. Lane number 5 is on their 17th lap. Lane number 6 is on their 16th lap.
Yeah, lane number 2 doing a great job of things. They'll wind up, I believe, most likely second here. And yes, they will.
Lane number 3 is almost on their 17th lap. Lane number 6 is actually on their last lap.
Yeah, but they're not going to be, they won't be quite enough ahead to get second. They'll be good for third, though.
Definitely.
Lane number 2 will be able to come up second here tonight, as he'll come up to the mark.
Lane
there it
number
is.
3. We got 2 memorial spots in the top.
You got about a 6:51 out of that. Lane number 6, about 7 minutes for third. So that's your top 3 right there.
Definitely.
Your podium, if you will. And great performance, like I've said, out of all these swimmers, though, no matter where they finish. Just because, I mean, you got to figure the speed in which they're doing this in, and not only that, just the fact that they're able to keep it up for so many laps, lap after lap after lap.
Definitely. I would be choking on pool water right now.
Yeah.
Lane number 5 just finished. Lane number 1 is ready, fighting strong.
Yeah, they'll be coming on to their final set here
soon.
As soon as they hit that marker, or the scoring marker, whatever you want to call it, the scoring bumper.
On to lap
and there we
number
go.
19. Final lap for lane number 1.
And he's done a great job of just keeping up his endurance.
Definitely. Like all swimmers on this field right now, you're going 500 meters. That is 20 laps back and forth across this 25-meter pool. That's just amazing.
It's remarkable.
If you can complete it, that's just amazing.
Yeah.
Without like choking and dying in the water, that's just amazing.
Yeah,
I could never do this.
Yeah, you complete it without needing to get pulled out of the pool. It's amazing.
Lane number 1 finishing up right now.
And a great job
Definitely.
by the
Great
swimmer
job.
in lane number 1. All a matter of endurance here, and we'll be moving in to the 200 free relay up next. We'll have 4 more events up tonight, and tonight I'm looking up ahead on that. We're going to end off on a 400 free relay.
Yeah.
So almost as long as what we've just done. Think about that.
That's definitely amazing. You are going 16 laps.
It's going to be very similar. I'm sure they're happy that's only 400 because it's a little bit shorter.
Yeah.
But you've still got...
And you're switching off. Because it's a relay race, you are switching off, so...
But still,
Definitely.
You've got a lot of time.
Definitely.
And a lot of laps to do. But next up, the 200 free relay. Now you did swimming in Boy Scouts. Did you ever do competitive?
Competitive swimming, I did not. But in my little trip, yes, we would have little competitions to see who can complete the swimming test fastest.
But not on the scale of...
No, not on this magnitude
Yeah.
at all. This is definitely way too much. We only did the pool was a little rectangle pool with a square built into it. They would close off one lane to have a swimming lane, but we would only do about 100 meters in a free stroke, and then like you can do whatever stroke you want, butterfly, chat, breast, back, free stroke, but on your last lane, you had to do a backstroke no matter what. It was definitely...
Sounds pretty interesting. Judges look like they're tallying up everything.
Up at the starting benches. I don't know if they're going to start practicing again or what, but there is definitely a lot here.
Well, I would imagine they're taking a little bit of a break after that event. And they'll be gearing up for the 200 free relay. There you go, out and away.
Definitely. We are now in the 200 free relay. For the Liberty lineup in this, we got Renee Quills, Maddie Riley, Katie Sosian, and Lam Nugent in the first slot. In the third lane, we got Carrie Spexar, Sam Focek, Summer Lopez, and Kiana Grimes. And in lane number 5, we got Dakota Gilio, Sophia Serginia, Hoshi Veloez, and Sabrina DePola.
And for the memorial lineup, you have Katie Hading, Elizabeth Darian, Sophia Riga, Sophia Hammond, Alyssa Barnes, Jarian Navarro, Jamie Navarro, Gennaro P. Rihanna Halisa, Elizabeth Caldino, Rihanna Sadowski, and Diana Lacrosse. So right now they are in the middle of this competition here. As we are underway. And I believe lane number 4 is in the lead.
This is definitely a high-powered event. You got 4 swimmers on each team. Definitely not as much as 500, but don't take anything away. I'm pretty sure it's still enduring.
Yeah, without a doubt, as you can see. And like I said, I think lane number 4's got the lead, although lane number 1 might have it.
Lane number 1 actually might. Lane number 1 is now on their last swimmer.
So lane number 1 currently with the lead as they're coming up on what I believe to be the final lap this time.
This is definitely just incredible. I heard behind the scenes how much training each swimmer, individual swimmer puts in. Definitely. That training is definitely hard.
And about how much training do they put in?
They have to squat 50 pounds, and they have to do 50 of those, sometimes 100. It is definitely a lot of heartbreaking work.
Yeah, without a doubt there, but it gets them ready for events like this.
Yep.
And it looks like lane number 1, I believe, won.
Lane number 1 does look like it won, or lane number 2 did. We got lane number 1, 3, 4, and 6 all finished. We got 2 Liberties in the podium spot.
They were very close together when they came to the finish.
Definitely.
For this match here.
We can look on the back lines, and we definitely see some of these swimmers are hyperventilating. That must be a lot of heart strain on their bodies to
So you figure how fast they have to swim here, and they have to get out of the pool, out of that water, into the cold air.
Exactly.
Definitely a lot on the body.
We have the boys relay now.
Looks like lane number 3 is in the lead. And a pretty good lead at that, or lane number 4, I'm sorry. And a pretty good lead at that.
Lane number 4 might have taken the lead.
Memorial might have taken the lead on this race.
Yeah, I think they might have as they continue on, and they'll switch out swimmers right now.
Watch this. At the replay, it looks like lane number 4 just shot off that block.
Yeah, they had a pretty great start there as they do maintain the lead. And you can see here they're just switched out. So lane number 4 going up to the wall once again. And they are ahead by a pretty good margin, I'd say.
Swimming, if you are in the crowd anywhere close to the blocks, expect to get splashed because there is a lot of splashing going on.
Yeah, without a doubt here. And lane number 4 coming to the end. I think they'll have one more swap out, and that'll be that.
Lane number 4 looks like they are in the lead, and they won lane number 2 and lane number 3. So it's 4, 2, 3, 2 Memorials and 1 Liberty.
Yeah, Memorial's doing a great job in this event right now.
Actually, all the way down to lane number 6 looks like they caught a podium too.
Looks like lane number 1 might have won that event.
We have a tight finish here. Will it be? And lane number 2 comes in second. Lane number 3 comes in second. My bad. Lane number 2. 2 Jaguars, 1 Lion, 2 Liberties, 2 Memorials, 1 Liberty.
Yeah,
This
what
is
a
just
finish.
amazing.
Absolutely incredible finish there for those competitors. So, what did you think of that event there?
That event was definitely fast-paced. There was a lot of energy in this stadium. But there's probably going to be a lot of energy due to the fact that, like I said again, this is a rivalry here between Memorial and Liberty.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Definitely, if you don't know this about any sporting event, if you are in the same town, same state, that is definitely the biggest rivalry.
Yeah.
So we got 2 Jackson teams, Jackson Liberty, Jackson Memorial, battling to see who has the best swimming team.
Yeah, and right now, your next event coming up will be the 100 backstroke. So 3 more events coming at you here tonight. Now, what do you expect to see in that event? 100-meter backstroke. Not the longest race, not the shortest one, a little bit somewhere in the middle.
Probably not the fastest either. Because backstrokes, depending on the type of backstroke, there are 2 types. I forget the name of one, but there is one called the elementary backstroke. That is definitely weird because it is like you're just propelling yourself through the water. Did you see one of those flamingo things with like the 2 wings and it just goes opposite sides? That is exactly what it's like. It is definitely weird. It is definitely slower, but I think there will still be a lot of energy in this crowd.
Yeah, it should be pretty
For the
interesting
girls,
to watch.
Girls have Kiana Grimes, Carrie Speckarth, and Nikini Quills for Liberty.
And for Memorial, you'll be looking at, well, I only have last names, so we'll have Farley, Merdretzel, and Edinburgh.
So 1 team against 1 team here. That's pretty good.
Should be pretty great to see here. Everyone just getting ready for this event, 100-meter backstroke. Now, as a swimmer, what do you think the hardest thing here is?
I think the hardest thing is training yourself to hold your breath for as long as possible without losing any of your forward momentum. Because that, to me, would feel like the hardest stress. Because the body can only withstand so much, but you can train it for definitely more. And I think that's how you will get the fastest time. If you can hold your breath for a long time, you get those powerful strokes in, and you just cut through the water like a hot knife through butter.
Well, the good thing with the backstroke is you're able to keep your head above the water, so that
True.
Not an issue you'll have to face there. But with the other ones, as you mentioned, that's definitely a big one. And training yourself to breathe on certain marks, because obviously you have to come up for air at some point.
I know when I was learning all of the strokes, the hardest for me was the butterfly and the breaststroke. Because the breaststroke, you have your face completely in water, and you have to like turn your head to the left or to the right, depending on how you are treading the water. And the butterfly stroke, you are just like slapping the water constantly. So you have to time it just right, or you are inhaling water.
Yeah, and you don't get any air, and you get all water. Eventually, you're going to start choking on that, and it's going to make for a little bit of a bad time for you.
Yeah.
Just a little bit. Well, tell us about the scores as we wait for this next event.
For the boys on the Liberty side, they have a 43. Memorial has an 80, and the girls have a 43 with Liberty. So we are tied, Liberty 43 to 43, girls and boys. But on the Memorial side, it's a 67 for the girls.
Yep.
The boys and the Memorial side have about a 13-point lead against the girls.
Yeah, Memorial just running away with it as we're coming down to the final 3 events tonight. I really don't think Liberty's going to be able to come back from it. And I hate to say that, but I just don't see it possible.
I really don't either, because they would have to pound out every single event win. Wait, there was a score change. Memorial is now 1 point away from the girls and the boys. Boys are in the lead, but with 80, girls have a 79. And now the boys on the Liberty side are falling behind by 2 points. The girls are in the lead by 2.
Yeah, so pretty interesting to see as the scoring changed there. I guess they tallied up the results from the previous round. They might have found something a little bit different than how the monitor interpreted it, perhaps.
Definitely.
So, getting into this match here, as everyone's coming out of the water, looks like they're going to be going back in. Who do you think is going to win, Liberty or Memorial? My money's on Memorial.
I think Memorial is going to win this. I hate to say it, because I do go to Liberty, but I think Memorial is going to win this.
They've proved to be the cut here tonight.
Swimmers jumped inside the water, getting ready for the relay.
Out and away.
Swimmers away. Now, I think this is one of the most difficult starts because you're already starting in the pool, but you have to get up a little bit to get over the pool to try to get a lead against your opponents.
Yeah, you have that benefit of starting in the water, but you got to get over that. Just get over the water to get back in the water, if that makes any kind of sense. And it is a dead heat between lane 3 and 4. Here's your replay of that start, by the way. We'll take a look at that. And you can see it looks like lane 1 got a pretty good start there.
This is just amazing. Lane number 3 looks like they're in the lead by about half a body, followed by lane number 4. If you have not got it the first time, Jackson Liberty has lanes 1, 3, and 5. Memorial has lanes 2, 4, and 6.
It is side by side between lane number 3 and lane number 4 at this present moment, and it is nearly a dead heat. They will be effectively drag racing to that line. And lane number 3, I believe, won. So I believe
that was just a 100-meter backstroke.
I believe the finishing order was 3-4-2.
I think so. In the 100 backstroke for the Liberty girls, we have Kiana Grimes in lane 1, Carrie Speckarth in lane number 3, and Rennie Quills in lane number 5. There are definitely repetitive names popping up all over this list here.
Yeah, and top-notch swimmers in those names as well.
Definitely.
So, gearing up for the boys, 100-meter backstroke, what do you expect to see?
The boys, I think, will take the win.
So, it'll be pretty interesting to see how that plays out. Now, the boys matchup, do you think Liberty's winning that one?
I think, since this is a 100-meter back, and from the previous short-term sprint races, if you do say in the pool, I think Liberty has a great shot at winning this.
Now, out and away they go.
They're almost like back-flopping into the water here.
And right now, side by side, it looks like lane number 4 might potentially have the lead as it stands. Here's your replay of that start for you folks. And watch lane number 4, watch how he gets away. And he got a pretty great start. And as you watch them continue on for their third lap now, it is lane number 4, that swimmer in the lead, and he is in the lead for Jackson Memorial High School.
Jackson Liberty falling a little bit behind here. Jackson Memorial has like the top 3 spots in this race. Liberty is falling a little bit behind.
And it looks like swimmer in lane number 4 will win this race as he is coming to the mark. And he'll do it in just over a minute. 1 minute 1.56. And lane number 2, yes, it will be second place, 1 minute 9.65. Lane number 5, 1 minute 13.01 for third. Pretty great finishing there.
Definitely. Like I said, the backstroke is a slower stroke, as you can tell by the times. I'm not taking anything away from the times. That is a great time, but they are a slower stroke.
About to say slower stroke, they still did that in a minute flat.
Exactly. That's just amazing.
Yeah, the slowest time there was a minute and a half. You think about how fast that is. A minute and a half.
90 seconds?
Yeah. I mean, what can you do in 90 seconds? Apparently a backstroke. Just incredible swimmers here tonight. As we get ready for the 100-meter breaststroke up next, and this will be that and the 400 free relay will be our final 2 events of the evening.
We are getting ready for the 100-meter breaststroke. For the girls on the Liberty side, for the 100-meter breaststroke, we have Maya Catron. She was in a couple races beforehand. Then we got Sam Wojciech, and like I said, a couple races beforehand, she was in it. And then we have Marissa Gorman. Like I said, a couple races beforehand, she was in it. There are definitely some repeaters on this team.
For the 100 breaststroke for the Memorial girls, we'll have Sophia Alder, Jamie Navarro, and her alternate, if need be, is Kiara Bale. And Sophia, I'm hoping that's a C. I think that's Cinder. Is that Cinder? I reckon that's a C. So getting ready for this event now. I tell you, it has been such an exciting night here, and I think we still have 4 amazing races for you, if you count boy girl.
Definitely. We got about 1 more matchup here. 2 more matchups. They are off in the 100-meter breaststroke.
Now, this being a breaststroke, you might see a little bit faster times. And look at that. They are almost, all 4 of them, a dead heat between the 4 of them. How about that?
Definitely lane 5 and 6 are falling a little bit behind. But lanes 1, 2, 3, and 4, they are definitely neck and neck.
I think lane 4 is edging them out maybe just a little bit, but it is hard to tell. As they come back, they're incredibly quick. Here's your replay of that start. And just, they all get into the water at the same time. They all come back up at about the same time.
That's just amazing.
Lane 4 definitely now in the lead.
Reckon if I'm wrong, this stroke looks like a jellyfish. It just looks like a jellyfish.
Yeah, it kind of does. Just bob up and down in the water.
Like I said, this is one of the more powerful strokes because of those legs. If you look at the movement of the legs, they actually go together, and it's almost like a shark if you think about it.
Shark, jellyfish, what's your next sea creature? At any rate, lane number 4 is ahead by a considerable considerable margin.
Lane number 4 ahead. Lane number
And the crowd is
lane
going.
number 2 and lane number 3 about neck and neck. Lane number 3 might be halfway up.
Yeah, the crowd is going wild here, and it will be the winner in lane number 4. What a time!
Definitely.
Now, real quick, and this might be slightly off topic. Did you know upside down jellyfish are a thing? You reminded me of that because your jellyfish comment. You can Google that. That is a real species.
We got lane number 5 finishing off strong here.
What a race between these competitors. That was impressive.
Like I said, if you think about the hydrodynamics,
I mean, for the first 2 laps, they were about dead even.
yeah,
All competitors.
if you think about the hydrodynamics here, that clamping force, that's just amazing.
Yeah, because the way they move is they push, not so much pull through the water.
Exactly.
And you see that in the way they move their legs.
That was about a soft start there.
Oh, looks like the competitor in lane number 4, he stopped there for a moment. I don't know what happened, but for a moment he stopped.
They might have to redo this whole race.
Yeah, it looks like everyone's coming to a stop.
Stop.
I don't know what's...
Lane number 2.
And things are getting tossed into the pool here. I believe.
Lane
I don't know quite what's going on, but we have a
number 2 is in it to win it.
They're just going. They're going, man.
You
They're
just
going.
realized they were stopping. That
We got water bottles in the pool. We got whatever that blue thing was.
That's a paddle, buddy. If you do not know how to swim, that actually helps you learn how to swim.
Yeah, they might want to get that water bottle out of the pool in lane number 2. I see that flow there. You talk about plastic debris.
Yeah.
So not sure what happened there on the start, but obviously
They did a false start. That alarm wasn't that loud.
yeah, obviously.
As you saw, lane number 3 stopped. Lane number 6 forgot to jump.
Yeah.
That was just a false
So obviously a start the judges were not comfortable with, and they will redo that most likely.
Most likely.
So here's a replay of what is just unfolded, and you can see
lane number 6 got off
just
to
late
a bad
start. Lane number 4 just stops on his lane, and here we go again.
Restarting.
A little bit of confusion.
There we go. There's
they'll
the
get it
buzz
off
we
that
all
time.
look for. Lane number 4 looks like they're in the lead, followed closely by lane number 4. Lane number 3 is in the lead. My bad.
Yeah.
Lane number 2 is almost in 3rd place.
Lane number 3 is ahead by about a length on lane number 4, and he's continuing to move ahead. Here's your replay of the second start now. And watch how lane number 3 gets off the mark.
Lane number 3 just shot out like a cannon right into the water.
So
he
lane
is
number
still
3,
doing amazing. He is in the home stretch now.
yeah, he's ahead by about half a length of the pool, and doing a phenomenal job of things there. And I believe we'll win this race. Coming to the line.
Lane number 3 finishes first with a 1 minute.
0.5. So almost a minute even. Lane number 4 second, 1 minute, 0.19. I want to point out that's 1 minute flat, 0.19.
This was such an amazing race.
Yeah,
Not for
without
the
doubt.
first start, though. First start was a little weak. Lane number 1 pushing to the end.
And the slow, again, you look at the slowest time being a minute 21 or a minute 27. Incredible. I mean, these guys are incredibly quick.
how fast they can move through the water. That's just mind-blowing.
I mean, they move through the water faster than I can run on land. So. Not that I'm a fast runner or anything, but you know. It's been a great night so far, and we still have the 400-meter free relay up next for both men and women. So what do you expect out of that?
That was just, don't mean to laugh, but the beginning was a little bit funny because that false start was actually pretty fun.
Yeah, the false start was interesting.
We had lane number 2 getting bodyboards, getting water
The
bottles thrown at him.
The water bottle
and
was.
someone actually had to hold onto his leg so he would not go any further.
I didn't see where the water bottle came from, and if you notice, lane number 6, I think, got hit in the head with his board.
I think so.
The lap board.
I think
when
so.
he got to the end, they bonked him in the head to say, hey, you might want to stop. But, I mean, hey, anything to get your attention.
We are into our last race, the 400 free relay. This is a free stroke for the Liberties girls team. We got in lane 1, Lily Osen, Renee Quills, Sophia Surgina, Marissa Gorman. Lane number 3, we got Summer Lopez, Anna Botino, Maya Catron, Emily Marchand. And in lane number 5, we got Fatima Salazar, Honesty Crockham, Alondra Rivera, and Sofia Quinzones. And there is definitely some repeating names on this sheet.
And for the Jackson Memorial High School girls, you'll have Erin Fastgreen, Samantha Joyce, Hannah Retrosa, Kiara Bai. These are last names here, so Daria, Riga, Housink, and Barnes. And then Kylie Farley, Ryan Sadowski, Ava McCurdy, and Jordine Taylor, probably.
This is our last race. We have 2 races, 400 meters. That is about.
So we have 2 more races to go. And when I say 2 more races, of course, I mean 1 for the women's, 1 for the men's.
Definitely.
And here we go.
Swimmers take the board. First race, we're off to a great start. Lane number 3, Liberty, looks like they're in the lead. This is just amazing. Lane number 2, 3, and 4 are definitely close together. They are grouped. Lane number 3, lane number 4, going at it. First and second in the lead right now. Lane number 2 is falling behind. Lane number 1 is making up for the lack time.
Yeah, it is pretty exciting to watch right now. And lane number 2, as you said, in the lead. And the big thing is not only is this an endurance, it is a relay endurance. So it should be pretty exciting.
Definitely. You are relying on your teammates in this. You are relying on their endurance scales. We had the 500 free relay. No, not free relay. 500 per one person. About cut that in half, and you got the 400.
Yeah. And I have to correct myself. Lane number 3 is now in the lead. And they are gearing up to make their first switch.
They are definitely doing great. Lane number 3, first in the pool with the switch. Then it is lane number 2. Then lane number 4. Then it is lane number 1.
So lane number 3 is doing a phenomenal job in the lead right now.
So if you did not get that off the block, we had lane number 3, lane number 2, lane number 4, and lane number 1. All doing great. All doing great at swimming. Just how they can keep going race after race after race and still be swimming this strong.
Yeah, and a lot of these swimmers are swimming in multiple events too. So you take that into consideration. It's just an immense amount of endurance here.
Lane number 1, I definitely know there was a lot of previous swimmers.
And you actually see some of the competitors not in the pool. They have ice packs on their shoulders.
Just trying to cool down in the
Just because of the way they've been working their muscles.
The heat is just absolutely, it is actually really hot in here for winter.
Yeah, it's probably about 80 degrees in here. And it's warm for us just talking, and you can't
Lane
imagine
number
how
3,
hot they are.
gearing up for a second switch coming right now. Lane number 3, first in the pool. Then we move to lane number
2.
Lane number 4 actually gets
wow.
into the pool first before lane number 2.
So it
and
changed
that is
for
the
second
switch.
place.
Exactly.
And you know, I noticed something when they got in the pool that last time. Lane number 3 is very close to making contact between their two swimmers, so they have to watch out for that on their next switch off. I believe there's one more switch off, so that they're going to have to watch out for that and make sure they don't hit each other.
That's one thing about swimming. It looks like you're going to be close, but you got to think the water acts like a magnifying glass.
That is very true.
This is just an outstanding race. Lane number 2.
I believe lane number 2 might be in the lead.
This person.
I believe lane number 2 might have taken the lead if I'm looking at things correctly.
Lane number 3 is gearing up for a switch already, about halfway done with the pool, almost a full length with the pool gearing up for a switch.
Yeah, I was just going to say that.
Lane number 3 in and out. Oh my God, this is just amazing. Lane number 3 just takes a lead. And lane number 3 had swimmers in races beforehand. This is just amazing.
Yeah, they're running away with it.
Exactly.
And it is amazing to see. Lane number 2 in second place, or lane number 4 in second place. Lane number 2 now lagging into third. They're going to have to pick it up just a little bit if they can. And we're only 4 minutes into this event.
Lane number 2 is already gearing up for a switch. This is just absolutely amazing.
Incredible performance by these swimmers here tonight.
Definitely.
So lane number 4 rallying back to the line. And this, I believe, will be for the win. She's got to make one more pass of it.
Lane number 1 into the switch.
Lane number 3.
Lane number 3 is already done with about a 4-minute, 31-second, 76-millisecond mark.
What a time!
That is
under
just
5
amazing.
minutes. That is it's incredible. That is absolutely incredible. Just about 4.5 minutes there. Lane number 4 coming back for their second place finish.
This is just amazing.
And lane number 2, of course, will get third most likely. Second place for lane number 4. And lane
All
number
of these
2.
swimmers are just putting their hearts out into this pool, and it is just absolutely amazing.
Lane number 2 coming up for their third place finish now. And there you have it. Fourth place to lane number 6 back there. Now a battle for 5th. They'll both be getting to the pool wall at just about the same time. But it looks like lane number 5 is ahead just a little bit. Half a
Lane number
length.
1 is lacking behind.
About half a length.
About.
When you look at the two of them. Of course, they'll still have 2 more passes to do of it.
Lane number 1 beat out lane number 5.
Great job by them.
Lane number 5 entering their last lap.
Good performance from lane number 5, though. Again, you talk about the matter of endurance these competitors have gone through, not only in this match, but the entire course of the evening.
Exactly. Don't take anything away, no matter the time. It is just absolutely amazing how everything is put together.
And one thing I've noticed, no matter how many times these competitors have been up in the pool, their times overall have not dropped very much.
Exactly.
They are staying consistent, and that's incredible.
As you see into the starting blocks, there is a lot of energy, even though we are in the last race and there is a lot of heart spilled out into this pool. There's still a lot of energy. There's still a fire that wants to keep on burning and bursting through race after race.
Final race of the night coming at you in just a moment. That'll be the boys 400 free relay. What a night it has been.
Fun fact, on very, very cold nights, if you are getting out of the pool and you are getting onto the bus to be transported back to your school, your hair will actually freeze. I have heard that from multiple swimmers because I am friends with multiple swimmers.
Yeah, I'm about to say, we're in this nice warm room, and then we're going to have to walk out there, and it's going to be pretty cold.
This is the last race of the night.
Last run of the evening, and they are neck and
Lane number
neck.
3 looks like it's in the lead.
Yeah, but
Followed closely
not by much.
Lane number 4.
Not by much. They touched that marker almost at exactly the same time.
Almost. Lane number 4 got a little bit of a lead.
Yeah, lane number 4 definitely in the lead at the moment. He'll touch the line. So we'll take a look at the replay of that start. And you'll watch them as they dive in. Look at lane number 1.
Lane
He got a
number 1
great
and
start.
lane number 4 are like, they had a very similar start.
They were on the same wavelength.
If you look at the pool now, lane number 1 and lane number 4 are almost exactly how they started, neck and neck. Lane number 1 might have taken the lead from lane number 4, but it's hard to see.
Well, it's going to be a
And
matter
they
of who
gear
gets in
up
the
for
pool
a
first
change.
next.
Exactly.
And let's see who it is.
Lane number 4 is already in pool, followed close by lane number 1. There was definitely some splash there.
I was about to say,
Lane
if you
number
could
2.
see who got in the pool first, you're better than I, because I mean, they looked like they jumped at the exact same time.
If you look very closely, lane number 4 just had a little bit on lane.
Little bit ahead.
Yep.
Barely
And as
ahead.
they
Look
go
at them.
into the
They're
pool,
side by
I
side.
think lane number 1 made up for a slow start into the pool.
Yeah, without a doubt. Look at them. They're side by side in that pool.
Exactly.
And they have
Hit
been.
the wall.
I think lane number 1's got a little bit of a better run as he goes down to the far end.
I think so.
And lane number 4's got a little bit better coming
There's
back to the board.
There's a lot of energy. There's a lot of energy in the swimmers. There's a lot of energy in the crowds. There's a lot of energy in the coaches. There's a lot of energy in the refs. There's just a lot of energy in this.
Well, hey, it's the
field
last
right now.
run of the night. You're going to give it everything.
Exactly.
And lane number 4 is ahead by about half a length right now. Not much, but it's just enough to be in
They
the lead.
gear up for a change. Lane number 4 into
There's
the
the
pool
change.
first with lane number 4. Then we got lane number 1. There was definitely a little bit of splash there.
Look at how lane number 1, look at how that swimmer got in the pool. He made up almost all of that time that was lost.
It's very hard to make up time in swimming because you have the opposing team going almost faster than you or at the same exact speed. But lane number 1 is just demolishing the water at this point.
The way he entered the pool, they are dead even now.
He does not want to take no for an answer. He wants this W for Liberty.
He might actually be leading, and he is.
Lane number 1 has taken the lead over with his vigorous paddling.
That was almost a perfect entry, and just the way he is going right now, lane number 1,
Look at lane number 1. Does that last swimmer look like Johnny Nutt?
I believe it is Johnny Nutt. And
Just an amazing swimmer to finish off the lane. In lane number 1,
so if he can get into the pool, and he'll get into the pool first, lane number 1
into the
will
pool
potentially
first.
win this race.
Then it is lane number 4.
And
Lane
lane number
number
4
one
got a good
actually-
entry.
What?
Lane number 4 got a good entry, but you look at that. Johnny Nutt's got so much on him, and he's ahead. He's already coming back, where lane number 4 is barely at the end.
Exactly. This
So-
is just amazing because there's so much energy. It's electric.
Yeah, they are playing their strongest card at the end, which is, I think, the smartest thing to do. They had their strongest in that group at the last
Definitely.
two, and it made up time so brilliantly.
Johnny Nutt is almost a pool length ahead of his next competitor.
Well, he holds just about every swimming record there is to hold at Jackson Liberty High School.
Don't forget about the track, too.
Yeah, that too.
He's an amazing swimmer. Don't take anything away from him. He is an amazing swimmer.
And here we go.
And lane number 1 finishes first.
3 minutes, 43 seconds, 19 milliseconds with Johnny Nutt rounding it out for them. I can't say I'm entirely surprised.
Lane number 4 finishing second.
Good second place for lane number 4. And I tell you, lane number 4 had that win up until that second to last swimmer.
Exactly. Look at the field right now. We have lane number 1 and lane number 4 finished, and we have the other 4 lanes just going
Yep.
at it.
If that
It's
swimmer,
amazing.
if that swimmer in lane number 1 had not gotten into the pool as well as he did, and you know, a little bit slower on that entry, would have been
knows
over.
where we would've
it
been.
would have been over.
Lane number 6 has just finished. Lane number 2, lane number 3, and lane number 5 are battling it out in this last race.
Getting ready to finish it up for the evening here.
Lane number 2 is finished. Who will win between lane number 3 and lane number 5?
5 minute 8
Both
seconds.
Liberty lanes, and it looks like lane number 5 just got that lead against lane number 3.
Good run there for all those competitors, though, without a doubt.
We had a great night of racing here in the pool,
Yeah, it has
and don't
been
take anything away.
awesome
They
performance.
worked their hearts out. It is hot. The pool is probably hot. They just did amazing.
Yeah, the water's warm, the air's warm, everything about is warm. So it's just been awesome here tonight, and all these competitors have been phenomenal. So I'll let you read off the score here before we wrap up.
Okay, at the end of the night score, the boys with Liberty have a 56. The boys with Memorial have a 99, almost broke 100. The girls with Liberty had a 59, and the girls at Memorial had a 97. I think Memorial won this meet.
Yeah, Memorial coming away with a win. Great job by them. This has been Jackson Liberty's Game of the Week. I'm Matt Egan signing off with
Kyle Mashura, thank you for tuning in to JTV.
and we'll see you next time, folks.
Have a good night.